Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of ONSC Live. Did you get the answer to this week's riddle? The answer was... snakes! Now, if you're a true fan of ONSC Live, you might have already seen Miss Christie's video that she did on snakes. If you haven't, you should definitely check it out. Now, at ONSC, we've got 3 snakes that live in one of our buildings. So I'd like you to meet...
Elvis, the speckled king snake. Princess, the Great Plains rat snake. And Colonel Cornelius, the corn snake. When students visit, they get to meet and even hold the snakes we have here. And they ask a lot of questions about them.
So in this episode, we're going to be answering our visitors' top 5 questions that they have about snakes.
Will the snake bite or attack me?
Anything with a mouth can bite, but our snakes at ONSC are really used to people, so you won't get bitten by them. But if you go outside and you find a wild snake and pick it up, it might be a little scared. Right, Princess?
That's right. We don't have arms or legs, so we cannot kick or scratch to get away. Usually, we'll try to scare our predators off by masking. We can make a it's a stinky poo, and hopefully the predator will be grossed out and leave. But if that doesn't work, the only other thing we can do to protect ourselves is to bite. But that is scary for us, you see. My teeth are meant for mice, not for people.
Thanks, Princess.
So, will a snake attack a human? Not usually. A snake might strike at you, but that's only if you've been bothering it first. So, like, if you find a snake outside and poke it with a stick, it might get a little grumpy. If you poked me with a stick, I would get grumpy too.
How do snakes eat?
We eat with our mouths. How else would we eat, Miss Maya? Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
Snakes can't use a fork and knife to eat their dinner, because they don't have hands to help. Their jaws are really cool. Your jawbone, or mandible, is fused to make one bone. Snake mandibles aren't fused. They have a left and a right mandible. They can use these independently to work a mouse down their throats. Also, snakes' upper and lower jaws are connected by stretchy ligaments, so they can swallow food whole. How cool is that?
How do snakes shed?
Sometimes snakes have to shed their skin, but before we shed, we change to this milky dull color on the outside. And that's just because our old skin is separating from our new skin on the inside. Our skin, it will peel off. It turns inside out, kind of like when you take off your sock.
Is this snake poisonous?
No, there's no such thing as a poisonous snake, because poison is something that you'd have to eat. So think of Snow White and her poison apple. Some snakes are venomous. So venom is something that would have to be injected into you, like through a snake fang or through a scorpion stinger. Most snakes in Arkansas are completely harmless and non-venomous, but there are a couple venomous snakes that live here too.
Some venomous snakes that live near ONSC include the copperhead, the timber rattlesnake, the pygmy rattlesnake, and the cottonmouth. Hey Elvis, do we need to be afraid of these snakes?
Well, venomous snakes use their venom to capture prey, like mice or rats. Venom takes a lot of energy to make, so they don't want to waste it on a person. You do need to be extra respectful of venomous snakes, but you do not need to be afraid of them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How do snakes poop?
This is the #1 most popular question that people ask about our ONSC snakes. Do they poop?
How rude!
Snakes might look like just all tail, but actually snakes have a head, a neck, and a body, just like you do, plus a little bit of tail. Where the body of the snake ends and where the tail begins, there's an opening called a cloaca. Cloaca is actually a Greek word meaning sewer.
Now, it's called a sewer because snakes poop and pee at the same time.
That's all the time that we have for today, but I hope you had fun as we answered the top 5 questions that people have about our snakes here. Anyways, me and the snakes hope to see you back next week for another episode of ONSC Live. See you then!